everybody, to week 5 of the Ember Magma League. It is I, Banana Bread XD, with my co-host Sekio, and once again, our glorious producer, Last Raven. Sorry for the technical delays here. You know, RAM is extra expensive, so I have a little computer issues here. But we're going to jump into draft very shortly here, but we got a spicy little matchup here. We have the Spire Rats, currently 3-1-7-3 in game record, versus Queen Secret, the 7th seed, 1-3-2-6 game record. So we'll see if Queen Secret can't make a comeback here in the middle, coming towards the end of the regular season, or if they will, fizzle out towards the end because of what it is. Yeah, because it's single round robin. Every team makes the playoffs, and it's a double elim.
Yeah, double elimination it is. Actually, it gives the teams more room to just go further and further for the playoffs. But for me, I will just head into the draft, which got some really interesting choices here. You have the double global ultimates coming from Queen Secrets from Pantheon. You have the Rise one, which will give them a very, very, very wide potential of just roaming right and left, and probably when you have Aatrox, you just leave him alone, and you'll be playing on the enemy's bot lane.
Yeah, so obviously this is not the pick order. Draft kind of already started, so this is kind of just them just picking whatever. But I mean, looking at it off rip, like you said, man, the globals on Queen Secret very strong. Like they're gonna have a lot of global presence, so it's really something that Spire they have to kind of be careful of. So you see what they're kind of running with here. But it's a way bot. Okay, wow. You don't see that very often here. The mage meta has been pretty prevalent in the bot lane, but you don't see too much way.
Actually, that's something I wouldn't say that I really hate. Like I was calling it out, like from the middle of this year, like the middle of the season, I was asking people, why aren't you playing this? Why aren't you playing that? It's pretty OP. You have the extra 100 gold, 2 extra gold each minion. AP scales better than AD. Blah blah blah. There is this, there that, and they were like, yeah, but ADs are better. Guess what? When Worlds came around, everyone started playing Ziggs, Mel, and those OP champions because they scale faster. That's the thing I was calling for. And I love to see it happening in the Worlds. And of course, it's just shifting to the meta here in, I would say, amateur leagues, which is good. Like to see people actually following the meta. I hope
I
that we
like,
create it for once.
yeah, I mean, you're seeing a lot of powerful things that the thing is about like this is a Masters 100 cap league, so you always like to see like this is probably like the closest you'll get to like nice little pro gameplay on a regular.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you got like a staple bot lane duo in the Ziggs and the Camille. That's just the combo. Like you put them in the Hextech Ultimatum, you instantly drop the bomb on top of them, and whoever gets hit that's not named Leona, honestly, maybe even Leona later on, they'll die. So Camille is a disgusting champion. And overall, I mean, I really like Spire's composition. They scale very well. The early game isn't super great, particularly when it comes to the skirmish front, but I think they should kind of just be able to thug it out because all their champs are fairly good at mitigating those early leads that Queen Secret really want to try to get.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. You have some really good drafts coming out here on both teams. I would say you have Zig. Well, wait, they're playing Ziggs Camille. Oh, so you're basically trying to use the Hextech ultimatum to just lock down someone, and you can just use Inivia's ultimate, Inivia's wall, plus the bomb coming from Ziggs, like using all of those stuff with some Zenzao knockups. You'll be giving away so much shit to deal with, and it will be easier to just shut her down. But on the other side, you have Leona's engages, you have Pantheon, you have some really, really good presence in the mid and late game, I would say. But for me, I'm still going for SPR's draft. So, what side are you picking?
Uh, Yeah, I have to go with SPR. I mean, they overall like their composition is literally just exactly what you would see. I mean, both these teams they have good composition overall, but SPR kind of they scale a little bit better. They can kind of engage a little bit better. They kind of do everything just a little bit better than what Queens can do. So overall, I mean, I like their composition. Like they because
Mhm.
there's not very many things that Queen Secret's team can do to punish these champs early. Because Casante's he's playing on a tank salary, so he's chilling top lane. Um, Xin
True.
Zhao generally does win the skirmishes early on, just because the innate sustain and just he overall has a little bit more base damage early on. The and Nivea just has like 2 layers of health, and then you also have the Rod of Ages, so you get really tanky, so it's really hard to pick you off. So Spore is going to have to really be on point with those walls, and then obviously the Ziggs Leo or Ziggs Camille, you see it everywhere in pro play. Like that's a staple composition. You instantly take those two. It's like peanut butter jelly, Ash Seraphine, Alistair, Samira, Nami, Lucian, stuff like that. Now you have Ziggs and Camille being in the upper echelon as of elite duos.
Yeah, they actually have some really good synergy to play together. But yet again, I'm not sure if they can execute it perfectly, since sometimes if you're playing the Camille Ziggs, it's not gonna be easy unless you have some sort of understanding with your duo, when to get in, when to get out. Since playing Camille in support, like you only see her in, I would say, high masters, low grand, like and plus, like I'd say, grandmasters, challenger, that's fine. But like high masters is the key, since I'm not sure about the ladder in NA how it's doing right now, but in EU West you need to have 10k to even, I don't know, like not think of grandmaster. You'll be 1k master, and the grandmaster, I believe it starts from 1400, which is pretty insane. Like, why would you even hit that number to just get to grandmaster? But let's put those ranks aside and let's see how it goes. Well, QS have some chances to get back into the game, into the ladder, and leave the 7th spot, or you have SPR have some other things in their mind.
Overall, I mean, looking across the board as summoner spells and runes and all that, nothing too crazy. Kasante, Real gonna walk into the enemy jungle, see if he can get a little bit of vision, but he's just gonna get auto attacked down here. Gonna have to be a little bit careful. Like that's a full stack conqueror on that Aatrox, pulls him back in. Q3 does land, but it's a bit of a
He's
wet noodle
fine.
fight. But he's getting lower and lower, getting those grass procs, flashing away there. Not gonna land the Q3, but popping the pot. And so no summoner on that Cassandra. He's very heavy within kill threat here. He should probably teleport back.
He should. And he just entered his whole lane. Like, I love that he actually highlighted once he made a mistake. Like, yeah, he got overextended. He tried to go for like a deeper push here. But on the other side, Aatrox is paying so much respect to his enemy. And at the same time, he's trying to push the wave, since when he tried to take those trades, he actually fell into a very small trap, which actually didn't give him enough space to just trying to outzone Kassanti and trying to play it. Yeah, exactly. That's the zoning I was waiting, but his wave is already
Oh,
pushing
flash.
here. The flash with the Q3 won't be enough.
Wow. I think if he got the sweet spot, he definitely kills there. But Cassante does have the biscuits, so he should be kind of chilling a little bit there. So Pantheon already getting his first recall there, getting a little bit of a cheater to get that long sword. Zinzao continuing to clear to full clear into the bot side. There's Abriel gonna get hit with the chains here. Get Q3 gonna land, the auto going down, and that's first blood, unsurprisingly going over to Wild Terry.
Yeah, and the problem for me, he didn't even flinch. He didn't think of recalling NTPs. Now he's TPing after losing a huge wave in the top side, which will make him suffer a lot in the top. And here in the mid lane, I don't know why Rise actually flashed. He just got all the burst damage, and like, yeah, he felt that he's scared. He could have just walked it out.
A little bit of a panic flash coming from top floor boss. So flashless against Anivia is a really rough time here. So lots of cooldowns being committed on both sides here. But right now, I mean, it's a very marginal gold lead for Queen's Secret, so nothing too crazy. But Miracle Whip's getting a couple roams out, blowing that flash mid lane, so that's an easy target later on. But Drake spawning in about a minute and a half. They're gonna go right onto Queenie there with the repel now. Queenie gonna get hit with the wind becomes lightning, and she will get taken down. She won't be enough, and the tactical sweep will claim that first kill for the Spire Rats.
A really good one, yeah. You just got your full clear, trying to find a play in the bot side, not respecting that your jungler is passing towards top. That was coming out from Leona, trying to take some information, which was very unnecessary. You can just play the game by its normal habits, but you're trying to go for something, but on the other side, you lost your... like, basically, you just died to Camille, so it's totally fine. Like, you didn't give the kill to Ziggs, neither Zen, so should be just playing just fine. But the problem is, your enemy jungle is bathing towards both sides again, which is the norm here after you go for your first clear, so they should not be pushing their waves.
It's always teams have a little bit of a hard time kind of, knowing that, weak side kind of movement, your jungler's not there. But now mid lane, they know that Ryze doesn't have mana, or he doesn't have flash. They're gonna go straight onto a 3 talent strike, will not proc completely, almost taking him down below 100 HP. So Hair coming just in the nick of time, couldn't really continue to dive. So now popping the ghosts and forcing a recall here. Could possibly lose a wave, but Anivia isn't level 6 yet, so gonna be a little bit pressed to push that in. But bot lane, hook shot going into Queenie, and yeah, Queenie's pretty much dead. OJ Simpson slowly whittling him down, and Miracle Whip's gonna pick up the second kill for his team.
A lot of kills here in the bot side, which means there is a lot of resources to Ziggs. Also, quest for the ADC will be a lot easier to reach, so extra gold, extra stats to him to play with. But on the top side, I believe that those sweet spots will land to Apparel to be in a very tight spot, since even Pantheon is roaming here, so... And I'm sorry for what's happening for you.
Yeah, he's about to hit
not even only Pantheon
soon, but yeah, Ryze popping that Realm Warp top lane. Abriel doesn't have any mana, just gonna clear out the wave as much as he can. But Zohair gonna pick up that kill now in the dive top lane. But that means Spire Rats will pick up the first Drake of the game on the opposite end.
4% on adaptive force here for each and everyone in your team, which will blame a little bit when it comes to scaling and also playing in the laning phase. Poor needs to play a little bit safer, since he doesn't have anyone around him, and also I believe that he needs to build that Road of Ages, so a couple of waves will lead to the first part, which will give him the extra mana and HP, and also it got like a secret passive. Whenever you get hit by enemy, you will regain your mana. It's something, it's a life hack. Like, I've been knowing it since season 6. It's still here. It's a hidden passive, but not a lot of people actually know about it.
Huh. Well, that is fun fact with Sekio. So Miracle Whip's looking for a roam mid lane right now. I mean, the gold is pretty much dead, even it's one plate to one plate Drake for the side of SPR, so nothing too crazy. Top lane, a bit of fist fighting going on, as you can see. Abriel did go all out, so we're going to see, can he look for the dive solo? January Snow coming around now. He's going to get the slow. The Trailmaker going to mitigate a lot of damage, but the chains are going to land. January Snow, he's going to come in. He's going to pick up this kill. Oh, nice little sidestep on the wind becomes lightning. Going to sustain up as much as he can, but January Snow perfectly tanking up the tower, claiming that kill there in the top lane dive.
So... a little bit of play here in the top side, a little bit of moves that's happening from SPR, trying to match what's happening from the other side, and also they're trying to play a very kind of, I wouldn't say slow early game, but they just trying to take the chances that occurs to them like this one. So here goes on the top side, flash in, auto attacks. He is taking Kathanti to the death row. Kathanti, it's Kathanti. Anyways, my English is not Englishing anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyways,
Abriel, I mean, you just greeted a little too much. You just stayed way too long. You get the flash out the Pantheon, so that's not too bad. But Pantheon's 2-0 starting up the Grubs pretty much uncontested. So it's going to be a neutral objective going over to the side of Queen's Secret. And that's something you really like to have. You have really strong side lane threat with the Aatrox and the Rise. So later on, they should have a really great time with these triple Grubs.
Actually, I have a question for you. Have you watched any game, like not any game, like any gameplay for League Classic, or like did you even play the game back then?
I played a little bit. Like I started playing
Oh,
like
okay.
season 5.
Or like at the same time I actually started.
Or it wasn't
Right,
like League
right.
Classic, but it was like they still had like the old like rune setup and whatnot. So like you have to buy all your runes and junk like that, and then like all the like stuff like fervor and whatever. But top lane, it's a bit of a fist fight there. Does have that Q3 sweet spot, not gonna land. Trailmaker gonna get him out, and bot lane hook shot gonna land, not quite gonna land there. Still lands a double sweet spot on the super mega, the death bomb. Is that what it's called? Nope, mega inferno bomb. Holy cow! All these long and fantastical names. But lots of fighting there. January Snow top lane here, all out, bringing him closer to the Xin Zhao. Flash forward with the win because lightning doesn't quite land, but it's going to be a solo kill pretty much for Abriel. But January Snow is going to KF that kill away. So 1K gold lead
Take the
for
mid lane.
SPR, mid lane, top floor boss. I don't think that's a fight you want to take, buddy. As January Snow is coming in, the ghost is popped, the Rumble coming through. Let's see, he does it. What? He tried to flash, interrupt them with the wall there. But bot lane, it's going to be a 2v2 kill for Queen's Secret. Hui picking up his first kill of the game. There's so much stuff going on this map.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and it doesn't make any sense. You're trying to flash the cancel Rice TP with the ultimate, like it's just so missed up what happened in the mid lane. But at the same time, in the bot side, at least they gotta catch into Hui, which will help a lot. Last chapter here in hand already, which was like helping with the mana issues, but she still got it. I believe she's either overextending or spending a lot of mana into clearing here, and you have here already the mid laner having the catalyst, like the thing that I was just calling about, the passive that you would have whenever you got it. And never mind, not
when you
only
got
the
hit.
catalyst, she got the Road of Ages completed.
Yeah, Catalyst Aeons is just really good. Like before, it was kind of OP because it used to give like a little bit of mana, but now it's just kind of like it just gives you a bunch of health and mana. And like you get hit, you get a bunch of mana back, so it kind of favors you just fist fighting a lot. So in top lane, Abriel at this point, he is very strong there. Mid lane, Zenblade gonna land there. Flash Frost not gonna stun up anybody. That's gonna be the ult in by the Pantheon. Hookshot going in. Hextech ultimatum onto the Pantheon, but the Mega Inferno Bomb will not do enough damage. O'Hare gonna strike him with that warning and take out the Anivia as the Xin Zhao goes in. Crescent Guard will not save him enough, and Queenie picking up her first kill of the game. Teleport committed mid lane by Technology. That's very interesting, but they will look to get this second Drake here. It's gonna be a Mountain Drake, so it's gonna be what is it? Hextech, Chemtech, or Cloud Soul. So really love to see that for both these teams here. Abriel actually looking for the dive top lane, but he barely has enough mana to use the all out there. So gonna have to be really careful playing on the knife's edge. But Queen's Secret, they're just gonna start up and they're just gonna take the Drake for free after the team fight win.
Yeah, and like that team fight just showcasing how really good that whenever you're playing with global ultimates, you can just do whatever you need. He had the Pantheon ultimate, he had Rise with that. He didn't use the ultimate, but of course he did like have the CC, the root to just stop Anivia from moving anywhere, and then boom, everything collapses in the mid lane. Do you have a follow-up on SPR? You have Ziggs using the bomb, you have Camille stick ultimatum. Also, you saw Zen trying to use the Crescent Guard, but it was not enough to just sustain or stay at that level of a fight. Why? Because they still don't have a lot of damage. uh, b- echo, like having echo only here in the ADC doesn't give you what you're really looking for when it comes to dealing damage. You need to have Horizon focus, you need to have something else. But here in the mid lane, another one. You have Pantheon, you have the CC, and you have Dekel.
Oh yeah, dude. They're really just dogging on this Anivia. It's crazy. Spore is having a really rough time. Just everybody's coming for him. They all want a piece of that egg. So once again, he's gonna get taken out there. That was, I think, yeah, it was a flash by Pantheon. So Spore, he won't have flash for like another like minute and a half there. Zenflade almost landing to interrupt the hook shot in the bot lane. So right now,
You know,
he's next.
funny enough, he didn't have to flash. He didn't have to flash, which is ironic. Like all what he had to do is just use his Empower E to have the extra movement speed and just jump on Anivia. Wow.
Hey, dude, it be like that, you know. Gotta commit the resources to get the kill there. Top lane, Abriel gonna all out Wild Terry, but he's gonna flash away there with the World Ender. So whoa, flash forward by Abriel. Does he pick up the solo kill? And he will get it. Zohair trying to look for another kill to pat the stats, but instead just gonna die to the tower, get a little bit gold for his sakes there. So Herald just spawn. No, it's about to spawn in a minute. It's gonna be an Ocean Soul this game. So since both teams have a Drake apiece, this game is kind of gonna go a bit of a distance, and both teams do the Baron pretty slow, honestly. So I don't really see that 20-minute like T1 Baron happening anytime soon this game. And Queenie once again mid Spore really gonna have to watch out there. Really wants to get those tier 3 Merc treads to kind of deny that CC, because it's a lot of CC, but now it's going to be Grand Starfall once again there. The Solar Flare on top of his dome, and Zohair picking up. He's going to go unstoppable now as January Snow trying to do a little bit of damage back, but Zohair is so fed, man. 5-0-1. What is that? 6. What was that, like 60, 70% KP? Something like that, around there. Close enough. As Queenie gonna go in with the Zenith Blade there. Realm War coming in to back him up on the flank. And January Snow gonna get aggressive on there. Hextech Ultimatum onto the Pantheon. And January Snow trying to run on out there. But that's going to be a Ghost Rise. He's gonna run you down. Queenie picking up that kill. Zohair 1v1 with mere quips. And he will sidestep the spear. And he just walk on out there. Drake spawning in a minute 40. Lots of cooldown used. And no objective is even up yet.
Yeah, a lot of cooldowns used, but you just found the catch and you will take it. It's all about the globals you have, the damage you do. Oh, Zegs.
Oh, wow.
Hook shot.
That was a lot of damage. What? That was so much damage. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
That's
reminds me of
Camille,
the
man.
old-
That's
the-
Camille,
the-
bro.
You have Garen's ultimate on like 5 seconds cooldown, and like it is a Garen ultimate.
Because it procs on it's multiplied with the Triforce, the Sheen effects. So like the Sheen effect from Bloodsong. Because what, you get 8% more damage and then like 90 base, and then top lane, I mean, there's not really too much to say. I mean, it's just a straight solo kill. Abriel has pretty much outscaled Terry at this point, because like he's full armor, so it's really surprising that Rise isn't matching him. Abriel gonna try to jump on out there. He's pretty low on mana, but the Zen Blade just barely lands. The Trailmaker gonna deny a little bit of CC, but he is gonna get taken out very slowly here. That's a full armored Cassante, and it will be that one AP, the primary APC, taking the kill there mid lane. Kintonology trying to clear up that mid wave as much as he can there with the fissures of lava, and the Herald will be started up by Queen Secret.
The Rift is here, and I love the fact that they actually denied Ziggs having the 3 Void drops, which will give him a humongous amount of damage to turrets, like beside the one he already have. So it's a really good thing to just deny that. You have Camille, you have Ziggs, so like that is very good. But on the other side, SPR is having some really good day with the Drakes, but like QS, they remind me of NA playstyle. They just give Drakes, trying to trade it with gold, trying to stay up gold, get to like mid-late game, trying to showcase their own draft and their own skills to just win the game, which is something I really respect from them doing.
Yeah, I mean, the gold lead is pretty much dead even. Like, despite saying like the gold thing, SPR, like Spire Rats, they have 4 more plates than Queen Secret, despite the fact that Queen Secret do have the triple grubs. So overall, I mean, they're not really doing too hot because like most of the gold lead for Queen is on that Pantheon. Pantheon, like eventually he's gonna kind of fall off a little bit, so it's not like the best thing in the world.
Unless you're building
really
right.
Yeah, because like what? He's going Cleaver. He already has a Sunder Sky. He's going Cleaver next. Yes, it's a Cleaver. So, I mean, you don't really need a Cleaver. Your Aatrox already has Cleaver, and he's your only other AD, and he's like behind. So you don't really need to get Cleaver. Like you just go damage. Like at this point, like go something like a Starax or a what's it called, Spear Shojin. At that point, like you don't really need the Cleaver because Pantheon already gets a bunch of what is it, armor shred or
Yeah,
armor pen from his passive on his ult. So bot lane tier 1 will fall. That was actually the first tower taken by Queen Secret. So they really need to kind of start playing these side lanes a little bit more. You know, maybe put the Rise against this full armor Cassante, something like that. But next neutral objective won't spawn for about like another minute. Baron spawning up next. But again, like said before, man, like the Baron is really slow for both these teams. Like you're not getting anything out of this Baron for both of them. Like they do it so slow. So it's really both these teams just really have to look for a really good team fight if they want to do anything because the Drake won't spawn for like another 240.
Yeah, I don't think that they will even try to contest that Baron, but from my angle here, I believe that they might just trying to play on some catches, trying to wait for enemy team to just try to overextend, like how it happens always in the mid lane. I believe that Anivia got caught those 3 times by doing the same mistake, so you're hoping for him to just ignore his gameplay and trying to do the same mistake again and not be careful with his movement in the mid lane. Like we all know that Anivia doesn't have that much util to use it or like something to give her the escape route that she might be looking for, so it's a lot easier to play it safer. Ziggs at least got his W. You might try to play on that or just use your teammates as a shield. Like you can just play with Zen as your Shadow and the guy who stops everything. And here you would see the SPR already playing 1-3-1. They're sending Cassandra on the top side, jungle in the mid lane, and Anivia in the bot side. So that thing OS needs to do, not the other way around. Oh.
Yep, so Herald gonna break open that mid lane tier 1 now. So it's 2-2 in towers. Shelly only gets 1 charge there. Drake spawning in about 1:15. Honestly, I would have waited till the Drake spawn, just so you can have like use the Battle Herald, because it will still charge like if you crash it into the wall if it like walks a good enough distance. So right now, I mean, it's kind of just it's a bit of a stalemate. Like it's dead even. Like both teams have great wave clear. The Hui Rise, the Ziggs and Nivea, so like it's impossible to siege into either of these teams if a single one of those members is alive to clear the entire wave. So it's a bit of a slow burn here. It's a little boring, you know. It's like we say that it's like what 19? No, it's 18 kills in 21.5 minutes. So not
But
that
it's still
bad.
boring.
Yeah, it's still pretty boring. I mean, it's only like they're not even fighting for neutral objectives. They're literally just fighting over air, like in the between. Oh, teleport!
Yeah, a lot of action here. Huh?
As the Realm War comes out, gonna get the Rise on out there. Flash Frost doesn't quite land onto the Aatrox. Gonna get the root and on to pull back onto January Snow there. Queenie going in a little bit too deep. The Super Mega Inferno Bomb is gonna get flashed away from there. Goes the Grand Starfall from Zohair. Miracle Whips will get taken out eventually here. Does use the the Hextech ultimatum in the last second there. Wild Terror gonna get pulled back with the all out, and the smite in the backline by Technology to kill the Ziggs, as that's a great Zenith Blade once again. The first real team fight. It's gonna be a 3-for-1 in favor of Queen Secret.
Very bad way to take your fight, and also you try to isolate the enemy team, but the thing is, you isolated Camille in the team fight. You gave her in a silver platter, and now you're trying to make some damage into Queens, but the problem is they are owning this place. They got the first fake for them, and that's something we have been used to and watching NA doing. You can just like drop first two drakes, trying to scale, get some items. Once you got the appropriate items to take any team fight, they just jump you on. And I have a problem with Anivia. He's building the very boring and that build that takes ages to just appear into any team fight or like have some damage. And like the thing is, you're already 0-3. What are you waiting for? You buy defensive items once you're ahead, so no one can kill you. But you're already in a bad path. Like you're already in a really bad situation. So why would you even do that thing?
I mean, the Ziggs really needs to get online with the Horizon Focus, and Anivia needs to get the Leandries. Because I'm always curious of why, like, Anivia's always go Electrocute instead of Deathfire. Just because they apply Deathfire very well, and they, like, refresh it very fast. So I'm wondering why, like, Anivia's don't build that. So, I mean, gold lead, it's about 1k for Queen's Secret. It's 2-2 in Drakes, 2-2 towers. I mean, the game's pretty much dead even. Like, it's still relatively dead even. But it's just that the teamfight execution is just a little bit better from Queen's Secret. I mean, their team overall, I mean, they just pump out a lot more damage. Like, what was it? They weren't even able to get like the Hextech Ultimatum and the Super Mega Inferno Bomb combo off. Miracle Whip's gonna get slowed up by the Solar Flare. But yeah, they couldn't even pull the combo off. Like Miracle Whip's like immediately, like you literally, the way you play the Camille is really just dash in and you immediately ult on top of somebody and just blow them up. So a game like this, I mean, it has to be like somebody like the Hui, because that's realistically the only person you kind of pop very fast. Oh wait, I think Xin Zhao did get the blue buff, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, this Rise is Thanos. Like he has Actualizer, his Rada Aegis, he has Seraph's Embrace. Like this Rise does so much right now because like what he's sitting at 377 AP, 5042 mana. So this Rise hurts a lot once he starts getting a little bit of up, just a smidge of uptime, because you know he's tanky, he does damage, but lots of vision around the Baron here. Again, like none of these teams really keen on trying to sneak it away, but it's gonna be a bit of a 1-3-1 here, bit of a 4-1 trying to brute force that top lane tier 1, break down all the outers.
Yeah, it'll be a bit rough here, but in the top side,
So
they're
here, half HP, trying to protect that ward, or trying to clear that ward. Never mind. So gonna be a hook shot pick onto Queenie there. Wow, that's a really squishy Leona. Miracle Whips, he's about to get the hook shot here real soon. There, flash forward with the tactical sweep. Floor boss is gonna get chunked up. He's gonna get taken down eventually as he just instantly blows up the Camille. And that January Snow going on a killing spree there. 2 for 1 so far. They could look to possibly try to start the Baron here, but you have Hui and you have Pantheon around with this ultimate, so I don't really think you start it. Ping's coming through. They want to start the Baron here, but so Hair gonna get spotted jumping over the wall with the blast cone as Kentonology almost getting hit with the Wind Becomes Lightning. Bot lane is a 1v1 while Terry will eventually get taken down. He's sustaining pretty heavily there, but he will finally get taken down eventually. Well, it's gonna happen here. He's just, yep, there we go. He just keeps sustaining, but it won't be enough. So Abriel gonna pick up that solo kill in the bot lane, but no neutral objective star. Drake spawning in a minute.
Yeah, Drake is up in a minute, but I don't think that the Drake will be the main course of action in the upcoming minutes. Also, look at the mid lane. You have level 17 Rise, which is pretty gigantic to play with. That guy actually got everything that it needs to just win his teammates that game. Plus, he got the I won't say stopwatch since there is no more stopwatch, but like let's just call it stopwatch. So you got the Zonias, you got everything, and boom, you are ahead. In the mid lane, you'll be taking out that turret. No one is actually trying to save it since it's pretty hard to just stand down on like, I don't know, 100 or like 200 HP turret. It's just risky AF, so they prefer to have their second lineup ready to just stop the Marsh and try now win them the match here. Pantheon been trying to find something here in the mid lane. You will see the movement around both teams, but the mid will be their playground. Damage coming out of that
Technology
thing.
almost getting picked off there. Nice little hook shot into the back line using the Hextech ultimatum. Super good bomb already coming out, but that's gonna be Miracle. It's immediately getting taken out there. Cassante is going all out in the back line, but he's getting shredded very slowly now. The kite coming through from the way. They can't get him now, but Aatrox is going crazy. The World Ender popping off. Spore gonna get pulled back and put into the egg. And now Queen's Secret, they're gonna have an omelet trying to get the pick onto January Snow. It's going to be a clean ace here as the spear comes through. Zohair predicting where he's gonna be. And that's going to be a clean ace here and a 3k gold lead and soul point for Queen Secret.
An easy one, I would say, in the books for them. They're taking the team fight, and it all went down to the perfect.
But yeah, we're about to get the stream back here. But yeah, I mean, like, what do you think that Spire Rats they have to do to kind of bring this game back? Because like the Ziggs Camille combo isn't really working out. The Camille literally goes in, it just instantly gets one shot, and they don't really get the combo off on the right targets at all. So, and now both APCs they have stopwatch, or it's called the Seeker's Arm Guard, but you know, Pantheon has the GA. The Aatrox has Death's Dance. I mean, it's so hard. Like what Aatrox was down like he was pretty.
So here's the thing,
useless
like,
for a
hear me
while.
out, hear me out, hear me out. First of all, you have Super Fit Rise, which is pretty unnecessary to match with. Like, whenever that guy is any team fight, you're losing it. So you better pick Rise before the team fight, or just avoid having him in any sort of a team fight, since your mid laner is going for the safest build ever that you would ever have on Navia, and that doesn't do any damage. Especially in a game like this, you're not playing in Emerald, Gold, Plat, Low Diamond. Like, the guys here actually acknowledge your place, that you're playing with a champion that actually all it needs to place the ultimate and deal some damage with ease, and like isolate enemy with the W's. So it's all about that. Like, if you want to win, you need to just use Ziggs right. Trying to poke, trying to do some damage, but I still have a lot of questions on the itemization.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like it's so hard for them to get space. There's so much gap closing. There's so much engage. There's so much globals from the side of Queen Secret. I mean, you have the Realm Warp on top of your head. You have the Grand Starfall on top of your head. You have the Solar Flare on top of your head. Like, there's so much range and long range engage from the side of Queen Secret that, I mean, there's just OJ Simpson and Spore. They can't really get space. They're not doing enough damage. There's so much sustain on the side of Queen Secret that they can't really, bust through that front line before they kill the rest of their team. Because, I mean, you only have 2 things of grievous wounds for that Aatrox. That's kind of like the pickle, because I think he was like 1v3ing like the back line, and he was just blasting him, so can't really do too much about that. Because now Aatrox level 17, 3 full items. Cassante pretty much has fallen off of his high horse a little bit there, kind of bottoming out in his gold, so he's not really able to do too much. So, I mean, it's a 4.5k gold lead. Drake spawning in 2.5 minutes. Baron's still up. But again, like we're not gonna see that contested anytime soon here. So it's 31 minutes and no Baron's been taken yet all game. So
Yeah, but how many Drakes we got? I believe a lot of them took
it's 5 Drakes.
place in the game. Yeah, exactly. A lot of them been taken out here, so the Baron is gonna be the next step. But the problem is you don't have any fast Baron. So who actually got the faster Baron is PR, cause they have Anivia. That's it. Anivia and Ziggs both have some really good and true damage that they can use well. Taking the objective are like sustainable damage to have, even if it's AP. And for speaking of the AP, you'll see Kinetic Rocket Bolt here built on the top lane. But hey, look at this fight!
Oh, that's gonna be the empowered blast cone, or just the regular blast cone, getting him out there. OJ Simpson, he's gonna get ran down there. Top floor boss popping that ghost, and he's gonna pick him off now. So that's gonna be a 4v5 on the map for about the next 45 seconds here. So this could possibly be a timer. That main artillery threat from Spire Rats is out now, so they could possibly just start this Baron, and here they will. They'll start this up on full vision. Spore is around there. Does have that Leandri's completed now, so could look to do a little bit of damage now. Gonna nice little sidestep there, but now they're just gonna turn the fight onto Spore. Hookshot into the Pantheon, but it won't be enough. Nobody's doing the damage. January Snow flashing on in, does have that GA up. Gonna finally take down the Way. Gonna pick up the first kill of the fight. Now is Queenie gonna get hit with the all out. Holy cow, that's a lot of damage. And Abriel trying to do as much as he can, but that Rise is free hitting. He will finally take him down there. The Grand Starfall to try to get the pick onto Spore, but he just goes over the wall. The spear over the wall. Gonna put him into the egg form. And top floor boss will slowly whittle down the Anivia. Zohair, scumbag Zohair just padding the stats. Gonna take the KS to kill on the Anivia. So it still is what? We're about a 5.5k gold lead. And Queen's Secret, they're gonna go straight back to the Baron.
They are taking that Baron, and I believe even with the vision, they can't just contest it. Maybe Ziggs will try to steal it here. Damage won't be enough. You got everything secured. You can just play 1-3-1, trying to push 3 lanes and trying to juggle between those lanes to try to just close the game as fast as possible while having your Baron, not waiting for any Drakes on the other side. Like, yeah, I'll leave them play with the Drakes. I got 2 turrets in the mid lane, and I am marching to the end here. But the end is near, I would say, but SPR need to find a way to stop this fiesta.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of slowly bleeding out here. Like, all these team fights really haven't gone their way. It's a 7k gold lead right now. It's about I think it's like about a 2k Baron power play. So they're chilling here. They knocked down that top lane tier 2. Pretty much all the outer towers are gone now. So now next phase is going for the base here, Ziggs. And then if you can have a bit of a hard time clearing out these supers, you know, they have no kills. They're Anivia's 053, Ziggs is 036. I mean, they're having a terrible time, and they have no pen. The Ziggs just got a blighting jewel not too long ago, so I mean, it'll help them a little bit, but it's kind of, I'm a little hard pressed to say if they can kill them before they can jump on their faces, you know. So right now, January Snow is gonna get caught out here, gonna meet the Pantheon in his own jungle, taking a lot of damage there. Death Stance kind of helping mitigate a little bit of it. But it's, I mean, 3 Drakes apiece, soul point for both teams here. 6 towers to 3. Slowly, Queen's Secret, they're gonna start pushing in these waves, trying to break the base open for the first time in 35.5 minutes. So, yeah, mid lane, tier 1, or mid lane inhibitor tower is going to die here eventually because I forgot, they did get those triple grubs a bit ago. So, while Terry got dodging away from the Flash Frost. So, mid lane inhibitor will eventually fall there. Nice little fear, and Miracle Whip's gonna get interrupted on the hook shot. Solar Flare on top of January Snow. The Flash Frost gonna stun up the Leona, but she's so tanky, she will finally get taken down. The support with a shutdown, actually. And the stun under the tower for Wild Terry here. He really wants to get the kill on OJ Simpson. That's one auto attack. Almost killing OJ Simpson. Abriel going all out in the top lane there. Top floor boss trying to do as much as he can. Gonna pop the Zonia's now, but unfortunately, oh, he gets the shutdown! In the 1v1 top lane, Abriel is so low, but he has a lot of armor. Wild Terry gonna keep going for it. Gonna push him back into the tower. Wait, you're taking tower aggro, buddy. Gonna have to be a little bit careful. Grand Starfall under the inhibitor tower, trying to kill OJ Simpson. Flash forward with the W. Abriel keeping going top lane. He's going crazy now. OJ Simpson managed to get on out there, popping Zohair's GA. So now Miracle Whips is back up. So many low health bars. Let's see if he can get something here. He's going to go with the hook shot. Does have the Hextech Ultimatum. And once again, going to get interrupted. What the hell are you doing, man? As once again, Pantheon going to pop the E. Zohair going to keep on living. And he will finally get shut down. The first death of the game. Wild Terry does have the World Ender once again here. Abriel dodging out as much as he can. The Mega Inferno Bomb going to do a lot of damage to Wild Terry. But he's just going to dash on out. And it's a very prolonged fight. And overall, I don't even know who might have won that.
Yeah, I really, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of blood in the ground, and the thing is, Ziggs is actually just scaling, taking whatever he can take from both inhibitors, and yet again, Enevi is doing the same thing. So your APs are scaling, you're getting gold, you're getting all what you need to be in a really, really good spot here. The problem is you actually need to just stay in the base, and that opens a chance to the enemy team to get more Drakes to play on the next objective, which is going to be the Baron in almost 19 seconds, 90 seconds, not 19, 90 seconds. Which is just like, yeah, you need to play with it. The Drake is spawning, I believe that's their soul, so if they got that soul, will be pretty huge here. Spore actually trying to push the mid lane, not giving them any information that they need, trying to clear the wars. In the bot side, the Battle of the Titans here. I don't think they will try to commit it. They're just like trying to make small talk together and having some fun in the bot side, like catching up like you didn't see him for a long time. But Solar Flare in the mid lane.
That's a great knockback by January Snow. Grand Starfall going in. So much damage by the Ziggs, actually. Wild Terry on the flank around as Abriel teleporting on in there. Wild Terry gonna get put into the Hextech Ultimatum. All the ultimates down, and he will get taken out there. Abriel gonna get hit with the Zenith Blade. Flash forward, knock up on the technology. He's trying to get away as fast as he can, but drops that spiraling the spear on top of his head. The hook shot goes in. They're gonna get the kills, and now, but the lava fish is doing so much damage. Rise is still free firing. Let's see if they can kill him. Flash over the Camille here, and Rise top floor boss. He's living up to the name. The Flash Frost doesn't quite land. Now Anivia's coming up with full HP. Abriel trying to take up as much as he can there. Does have the protoplasm harness ticking now. The stun is going to get interrupted on Zohair, but he will finally get taken out. So it's going to be a 4 for 3, and Pink's coming through. They're going to try to end the game with the supers in the bot lane. Spore trying to stall this as much as he can. Going to try to pop the wall there, but the Realm Warp coming through. He's just going to get straight into the base here. He's going to block off Spore. Spore has to come in, try to clear these waves as fast as he can. Top floor boss walking straight for the inhibitor towers. It's another 20 seconds, 15 seconds on the Camille. Spore trying to clear up the wave as much as he can, but there's too many super minions. Teleport coming in for Wild Terry. They're going to start going for the kills. They don't even care. The Nexus is wide open, and they're going to end the game here. Game 1 going over the Queen's Secret.
A pretty good way to kick off that best of 3. It, like, definitely fumbled there, but in the early game you didn't see the potential that they have. But after the early game, everything went south, and QS just closed it out. And for me, I would say that that Rise is the MVP. After Pantheon, of course, both of them did really well, especially in the early game from Pantheon. If Pantheon was not in that picture, I would say that this game is over to the other side of the map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Zohair definitely the MVP of this game, really facilitating his team all over the map here. Just ensuring, putting down that mid laner, making sure that Rise is very well set here, because it was top floor. Make sure your top floor boss is set for like the entire game here, because Anivia is the counter to the Rise. So unfortunately, putting down that counter pick and letting Rise flourish as much as he can here. But looking at the stats, man, it was a long drawn out game, but Queen Secret do put a cork in it and stop them here. But for now, we're going to be taking a quick little break here before we hop into game 2. And we'll see if Spire Rats can bring it back, give us to a game 3, or if Queen Zero finally get their first series win in the group season. Is going on bot lane, so they could look to pick away that Ashe, but instead they're just gonna easily lock in their solo laners here, knowing that they don't want to kind of have that pool pinched off because what Spire Rats, it's a triple mid lane ban. They're really scared of top floor. Yeah, top floor boss is on paper is by far the best player on this team. So as you saw last game, but jungle pool so deep you can't really do too much to pinch it off. So it's going to be instant solo lane picks here for Queen Secret. It's going to be the Syndra mid and the Jace top lane. So that's very interesting to see. So Spirits have a bit of a conundrum here. Do they pick their solo lanes also in match, or do they pick the Ashe and lose out on one of their solo laners getting pinched off here? And it's gonna be Nico. Wait, so it's Seraphine mid or Nico mid. Who knows? It's one or the other. Because let me see. Because I'm assuming. Okay, well that's the jungler. I'm not gonna look at that. Yeah, honestly, I don't know because both. Yeah, mid and support they don't really play these two champions. So very interesting to see. Not really too sure where things will go here. I expect it more to be. I think Seraphine fares a little bit better into Syndra just because of the range. But it's gonna be the Scion top lane, so Spire Rats with the double flex here. And they leave the ADC pick open, so expect it to be a Ash Ban. It's going to be, is that a Jace Jungle? Okay. I know Zohair used to like whip out some wicked things, but Jace Jungle I haven't seen in a while. So it's gonna be locked in here. So it's Jace Jungle, Yone top against the Scion. So Yone, once he gets that Bork, he's gonna kind of blast through this Scion. So we're gonna see Spire Rats are gonna start banning out. They're gonna start pinching the support pool here. They're gonna start pinching that bot lane pool a little bit. So they can kind of have little space there with the Seraphine. So with these two bans, it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a Seraphine bot then, and it's Nico mid. Nico mid's a little rough just because playing into Scatter of the Week all the time, playing into that scatter, it kind of puts a damper into your engage. So it's a little rough. So we'll see what Queen Secret will pick right out the gate here. They can either take away the Ash or pick something hyper aggressive that can play into the Ash Seraphine. So something like a crank and then like whatever else or something. But instead they're gonna go Karma. So maybe Ezreal Karma's not bad into it. That's like a common pick into it. I mean, it doesn't scale as hard. I mean, it scales really well, but the amount of like utility you get from Ash Seraphine, you know. So Spire Rats, they have a choice here. Like take the Ash, you know, complete the trifecta, you know, the Meatbag Scion, Seraphine, Ash, and it's gonna be Kindred. Okay, so you don't see that often either. So it was a January Snow picking up that Kindred here. So a big proponent of these matchups has been primarily the jungle. So both these junglers really just kind of trying to do as much as they can because I think last year, I'm trying to remember, it was January Snow was like top like 5 for MVP for like the longest time. I think he did win MVP. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. But January Snow is a big proponent for his team. It's gonna be Seraphine Nico bot, Galio mid against Syndra, and Scion top. Okay, wow. This is a bit of a little doozy here. Okay, so they don't opt for the Ash. So Queen Secret now, what do they pick here? Because now they kind of gotta get something to kind of burst through these tanks, to kind of run through these tanks a bit. I mean, I think still Ezreal's still a really good pick, but it's Jace bot, Gragas jungle. Wow. Okay, both these teams went completely off the rails for Game 3 Fearless. And it's going to be kind of crazy when the playoffs start getting around here. Because I don't think. Oh, I think my co-caster is back. Finally back.
How did you know that? Wait.
I can hear you fumbling with your thing.
Oh, all right, all right, all right. So wait. Why do we have another layout for the? Huh?
Oh, it's just a client thing, but bro, it's Jay's Karma bot lane. Grag for Queen Secret, Gragas top, or no,
Huh?
Gragas jungle, Yone top, Syndra mid, Jace Karma bot lane. And then for Spire, they have Scion top, Kindred jungle, Galio mid, Nico Seraphine bot lane. What do you think about that, bro? Because like they were taking me for a loop the entire draft. Like I did not know where what was going.
So, uh, League of Legends? Hmm? Sometimes
Yeah.
it's just weird. I would just say that. Sometimes it's just weird. And the world's meta, like, let's hope the, like, yeah, the world is still, like, I don't know, 6 months, 5 months, something like that. Like, we still have a long time, but the MSI and
Welcome everybody as we get onto the rift for game 2 between Queen Secret and the Spire Rats here. So I was completely wrong. I forget that this mage meta is completely destroying my view on where champions should go. I do not know why I said Jace bot because I forgot that is a Syndra. So mage meta, mage, yeah, makes sense. 2 + 2 does equal 4 somewhere. So alrighty, onto the rift here. Looking across the board at the summoner spells, it is going to be Jace going for that grass. So kind of going for that little slightly older bruisery build on the Jace. So it's like what? It's Cleaver, Shojin, Manamune. Not in that order. So he's going for that bruisery Jace build so he can kind of just scale up a little bit better. So Hair going to get spotted on the Raptor start. And yeah, Kindred, January Snow on that top side start too. So I don't think he's gonna get spotted on that ward if he's a little careful. So shouldn't be too bad now. But overall, double mage bot lane, nothing has changed.
Double mage bot lane, yeah, they're playing versus double mage bot lane, which is crazy, I would say. Like, I love League of Legends. In the mid, you have Galio, which is a perfect counter to those mages, and I would say that we might be seeing a pool composition, but the thing is, they don't really have enough poke to call them having some type of that thing as PR, but at the same time they have some really good global ultimate coming from Scion. The heroes, what's it called?
Here's entrance.
Yeah, here's instance. Somehow, like, my brain just stopped at nature's grass. Like, guys, that smoke guy. Like, why do I have it in my brain for Galio? I don't know, but like, yeah. Anyways, I'll just call that nature's grass coming from Galio.
Yeah, it's been a long day for us both. It's been a long day for us both. So
I agree with you.
I mean, right now it's pretty even. Lots of damage top lane. Abriel, one more auto would take him down there. While Terry taking a little bit of damage from the minion wave, so gonna have to be a little bit careful. And Tower Shock Blast goes through, and Abriel flashes. He just barely lives. What? Okay, he barely lives top lane. Wild Terry, is he gonna go for the flash? Oh my god. Wild Terry. Oh, he gets the autos. He's getting minion blocked. Nabriel does not get the kill. He will get solo killed at the top lane there.
Just like that. That's your receipt for flashing into the guy's like fireball at your face. Like, he's having it and you're like, yup, I will flash for it. Not trying to dodge it. Like, I mean, yeah, he had that. Like, that was his intention. But the thing is, getting knocked down like that, not having a flash, it's very bad for the sign to kick off the game with. I believe the mid lane here is in a very hectic spot, and also that Kindred might just jump over that wall and kill him in a matter of seconds, or they're actually trying to catch the first thing for her.
Slayer, he's boom, but does get the double beat drop on the Karma, so the rest of that push. Abriel having a terrible time top lane. Wild Terry does have that. He has that tier of the goddess, so able to kind of spam even harder in lane now. So he's pretty chilling here because he went what, grass? I'm assuming precision secondary, or no, he went what's it called? Triple tonic and cosmic insight. So yeah, this Jace is gonna get pretty strong later on. He's gonna hold the fort down for a bit against the Scion. I mean, Scion's still good in CS, so it's not the end of the world. Scion by himself is only down like 600 gold, so it's not that bad. It's overall about an 800 gold lead for Queen's Secret, so nothing crazy. But I mean, a game like this, I kind of expect it just to be slow again until we start getting into team fights on round neutral objectives.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I suppose that Sandra will just try to stack Karma's looking for the late game for like the playing URF Karma mantra queues everywhere. And Syndra is just stacking for the ultimate damage. So that's it. On the mid lane, also you have the Yone here. He got his fate sealed into one position, which is trying to knock Galio out of the throne here and take the Demacian Statue of Liberty to a different place here in the Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, because what you saw the new world skins just came out. I'm gonna get that Galio skin because I really like playing Galio because I always play a lot of Galio support. So top floor boss gonna get a little damage down, but I mean he has a Vamp Scepter, so it's not the end of the world because like once that Yone builds, what's it called? And top lane, yep, it's a dive. Yeah, he's kind of just taking free damage, you know. I mean he's kind of like the CS deficit's kind of getting bigger and bigger here. I mean he dies and the zombie isn't even able to get the wave at all, so it's a little bit of a rough time. But I mean, good news is it's double 80 side solo lanes, so I mean, you just build like what's it called, steel caps, and you're kind of just chilling. So
Cool.
Queen Secret, they're not gonna spot that control ward in the pixel bush, so a little bit a little weird there. But Scion using that unstoppable onslaught to make it to the top lane real quick there. Wild Terry, I mean, he's a little bit ahead, but he's gonna go for the lethality build here. So, what do you think about that? I mean, I think it's gonna fall off like a truck later on.
On what? On who? Who's falling off?
The Jace going the lethality build.
Hmm. So he's having a lot of squishy targets, so it makes more sense. You have, of course, Seraphine, you got Nico, you got Kindred, so those guys are their prime targets. So basically, I don't fully support it, but I can see where he's coming from. As that Yon, his feet
Yeah,
is,
yeah, a little.
not
That
fate.
was
His
a
feet.
nice little move there by Spore to get in front of the Fate Sealed. So top floor boss, unfortunately, blowing his flash, they're gonna get punished. So already has the just bought the recurve bow, so getting closer and closer. I think he's like 1,300 gold away, about 13 something away from that Bork. So once he gets that Bork, he's gonna be pretty much Thanos in the side lane, but it's gonna be a hot minute because the gold, the CS is pretty much even mid lane, top lane is really the only big deficit for either of these teams. This top bot lane, that's gonna be a nice little ultimate onto Queenie, gonna have to flash away there. So Miracle Whips
Yeah, it's
is gonna
tough.
tick level 6 here in about a minion or so. So that's a prime target there on that flashless Karma. So it could really look for that. But Slayer's a little low on mana, so just gonna back on up there. First Rick was claimed by the side of Spire Wrath. So right now, next neutral objective up is those grubs. Bing's coming through. Zohair wants to start up these grubs with that top lane prio that Wild Terry is pushing on him.
He is having a really hard time here in the top side.
And
But
yeah, that's a dead Yone. You know, don't
Oh,
need to say.
Yone?
He's flipping.
No, no,
Oh, that's a nice
no.
little dodge from the Justice Punch. And oh my god, he jukes him out! Top floor boss buffering the CC from the Pot Blossom. So now, what the hell? Flash backwards with the belly flop there. January Snow able to get back into the pit there. It's one grub apiece for teams now, and it's going to be 2 grubs claimed by the Spire Rats. And Zohair does have that cask here. Let's see if he uses it. And he will use it. Gonna get flashed away by Miracle. January Snow does have that Lamb's Respite if he so chooses. Gonna have to go bot lane, try to get that the scuttle mark if he can. Because what if we do the mark check? He has 1 mark. So it's a little bit of a rough time here for January Snow. Yeah, you kind of want to get up on those marks as quick as you can, but not a lot of avenues. But Abriel is real tanky now, just instantly blowing up the wave, not really allowing the Jace to just get free plates. So right now, I mean, it's still a pretty sizable gold lead for Queen's Secret, despite the fact that Kindred has a kill. But most of the gold lead is on the Jace, so I mean, the gold lead's kind of fake right now. So Abriel is just gonna chase down the Jace here. They both have flashes. Let's see who falls for the bait first, and neither one will pull the flash. So now, next Drake spawning in about 40 seconds here, so gonna have to get some recalls out there. No teleporter on Avril, so he will have a little bit of alone time if he so chooses with that top lane tower, while Terry can group up with his team. But it's going to be a Serpent's Fang, actually, for Wild Terry. So Scion, that shield, the Soul Furnace, does so much for him, and like short trades, and like being really tanky.
Whew. A lot of stacks in this iron. A lot of stuff. They're waiting for the items to kick in. Already Brotable here taken by Galio. That guy been facing tons of enemies in the mid lane, and also he got some really good reinforcement here in the mid lane, so that's something to give it to the support, to the jungler. And also keep in mind, the jungler doesn't have enough setup for him to play on any side, but at the same time you have your I would say, yeah, I can't recall what I was talking about, but like you still got Scion trying to survive here, and I don't know, man, it feels like a bit weird to be trying to make some weird plays on both sides.
Yeah, man. Spire Rats, they know the Scion's losing pretty badly, and just as I say that, he immediately gets solo killed under his own tower, and he's 2 levels down. It's a little bit of a roughie, but I mean, SPR, they're playing towards their strength a little bit here. They have 2 Drakes, 2 Grubs, so they're in a really nice spot. Like, all the gold leads on this Jace, but like, so you think like this Jace can carry this game? You know, like he's starting to build towards his mana immune, it looks like. He's pretty fed. He's strong. Like, he's up 2k. He's pretty much up 1k up on anybody else that's up closest on Spire Rat. So, like, do you think this Jace is gonna carry or no?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes here. Yon in the mid lane trying to do some action, but the thing is, you're entering the wrong territory. Getting caught here. The rotation coming from Jay's damage, landing around. Gragas is looking, hunting, and look at this one.
Nice little interruption on the Pop Blossom going in. Terry gonna get shot, feared up, taunted up, and he's gonna get taken down there. That's gonna be a full charge. Unstoppable onslaught onto the Jace now. 2 big kills going over to SPR, and they get their first team fight. And finally, they're turning this gold lead around. Flash forward with the beat drop from Slayer. They really want to get the Kitanology, but he does have the flash there to match. January Snow does have that last respite, but he won't get it off in time. It's 2 kills going over to the side of Queen Secret. O'Hare picking up a double kill under his own tower, and it's an overstay from the side of the Spire Rats. Avril is getting chunked up very slowly. Just as punch onto Kitanology. He still does have the flash. He will get autoed down there. Flash forward with the Chiyu, but Zohair just sidesteps it. Shutdown going over to Spore. This fight's been going on forever. Queenie doesn't have enough mana, and Zohair gonna get chunked up. Let's see, Abreu gonna get autoed down by Queenie. What is happening this game?
All came down to that Gragas play. He just got that Kindred red-handed. Low HP, doesn't got time to react, and he used the Fog of War to his advantage. And man, Yon with the guy who started the flare here. So QS are actually finding a way to get some gold, to grab some advantages, and also to top it off. Like, they didn't only get some gold, they got a turret in the top side, which is like the first turret in the game, so that's kinda huge. Play here in the mid lane. Actually, the enemy team is trying to just push them out, trying to take some blades, make some trades to not lose it all. But in the mid lane, Gallius is still the boss, but other than this, Gragas runs the place.
Yeah, like this top side from Queen Secret, I mean, they're chilling. They are balling out. Manimute, or the Muramana. Wait, Manimune? Yeah, it's Manimune. Yeah, Manimune done for Wild Terry. It's gonna pop over to the Muramana sooner here, as Abriel gonna start matching up against this Yone. January Snow, no, it was Miracle Whips. As that's going to be the Pop Blossom onto 2 members here. January Snow is altering over the wall there, almost getting Kitanology, but the Fate Sealed is going to come through. It won't hit nobody. And top 4 boss will just have to dash on back there with the Soul Unbound. As Spore coming in with the trade there, knocking up Wild Terry under the tower. And the Shock Blast is gonna miss. Let's see, Spore about to get the cooldowns up again. Justice Punch coming through. The Winds of War gonna do a lot of damage, but Abriel is in the bot lane. Just gonna keep on matching this this Yone here, and yeah, Yone is a Bork now, so he hurts a lot. So I mean, now it's a what 2.5k gold lead for the side of Queen's Secret, but they do have, but Spire Rats do have a Drake advantage, so they should be chilling here for a bit. They have a nice little buffer with all those Drakes here. Like you said about NA teams, man, like they give up all those towers, you know, they keep Jace top and they let him keep pushing.
Yeah, he's still pushing, still making some progress here in the top side, but I believe him trying to be part of the team fight after his buy here to try and shred into armor.
That's going to be Wild Terry alone in the backline. He's going to get taken out here. He'll be the first pick of the game despite Spore's Fimble Fumble Rooski. But now Slayer going to be the next man picked off here. He's doing so much damage. Sapa Watson coming through. Abriel doesn't have a lot of mana. Hero's Entrance coming in. It's going to knock up 2 members. The Lance Respite going to save the Scion. Queenie going to get taken out. Top 4 boss did teleport in here. The Soul Unbound coming through. He's knocking him up. He's knifing him down. He does have that London build going on here, and he's gonna cut them all down. So here, gonna pop the Scryer's Bloom to get a little bit of vision. It's gonna be a 3 for 2 in favor of Queen Secret. So I mean, yeah, man, like that was a crazy team fight, you know. Even Wild Terry getting picked off. Now this Yone's up. They don't really have good engaged feet. Sealed gonna be doing a great job to get on out of dodge, but he doesn't have flash anymore. He's locked in the pit. Pop Blossom only onto the Gragas, but it will just be enough. Miracle Whips is slowly gonna get taken out here, but it won't be enough. He's gonna lay the Q. Just last second top 4 boss trying to dash away there, using the Q3 to get over the wall, and it's going to be a pick onto 2 members. 2 for 1 there, still in favor of the Queens. And they are chilling here. They take the Drake. They saw it this game a little bit longer. 3k gold lead now. Looking at the stat counter, January Snow is at, what is that, 2? Wow, okay. Bit of a slow game here. And what? Who's next? Oh, yeah. Syndra. She's at 86. So she's getting close to her break point of 100. January Snow, he only has 2 stacks. So it's, or he just got 3, actually. He just got the enemy Gromp. So he's kind of sitting pretty here. Because Wild Terry gonna interrupt the knock up here, and top of onslaught coming through. Wild Terry just going around with the footwork. He just took some dance class before he came into this game here. He just gets on out with the help of Queenie. Abriel is just gonna pick up some of that honey fruit, try to do as much as he can to heal up, and Harold gonna get started up by the side of Queen's Secret. So this will knock down the tower, pretty much guaranteed here. Bot lane is another bit of fisticuffs. As that Galio is so fed, and so Hair instantly gets a body slam onto the Kindred, and she will get taken down. Doesn't even have time to use the flash or the Lance Respite. So that's going to be a Herald started up and claimed by the side of Queen's Secret. Abriel still looking not too sure what you're doing, buddy. Gonna have to go back top lane to keep that Jace from taking the towers. Abriel gonna gank mid a little bit, but just kind of giving free stacks to the Syndra. Because wait, I didn't know that. Oh, so every single time she gets a splinter, she gets mana. I didn't know that. And it goes up to 120, not 100. Huh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I don't play Syndra like at all. As oh wait, Slayer. I think if he popped ult, she died. Wow.
Not sure about that, but what I'm sure about is that Jace is actually making some progress in the top side, taking tier 2, and also helping his teammates to accomplish some lead. 5k gold lead advantage in the first 20 minutes is something gigantic, and also not only that, you have 2.7k gold in Jace, 2.3k gold on Syndra, which is like the way for you. Like, you have your carries having extra gold, and that's insane. And oh, on the other side, you thought that this is Kindred, and We all did, but like there is no kindred here in the space.
I mean, the best kindred in the world is Canyon, and he doesn't even really play it that often. Slayer taking a lot of damage. Holy cow! Goes in with the to the skies, and Miracle is just getting bounced around here. The Hero's Edge is coming through, gonna knock up only one, taunting up two. Gonna get a lot of damage down there. That's an unkillable Galio as the power shock blast comes into the backline, sniping Slayer down. It's gonna be a 2-for-1 once again here, as now it looks like Harold's gonna get summoned into the bot lane. Top floor boss and Zohair teaming up to tag team this tower with their guest in the Herald. Top lane once again, I mean, it's just Wild Terry just constantly fist fighting with Alvareel. He has that last whisper, so that Jace does a lot of damage. Gonna have to use the unstoppable onslaught to get on out of there. Kintonology is gonna get the stun onto the Galio. That's a very tanky Galio, so you're gonna have to be a little bit careful there. And nice little sidestep away from the Fate Seal, but Spore will have walked his last step here as he will get taken down. The gold lead going up to 5.5k. Drake spawning in less than a minute.
So we'll see how it goes here in the mid lane. Still having some trouble to take the outer turret since they have some really good defense mechanism here at the same time. Yet again, Yon was trying to make some moves here in the mid lane, but it's still pretty hard. The whole team is trying to start to fight. They need SPR to collapse, and you love to see QS actually doing all of those stuff, but I believe they can do it from side lane.
Holy cow! Miracle Whip's taken down to half HP with a single combination. But Slayer went Bandle Glass. Like, man, you need to go damage. You need to go full AP. Your team needs damage. So Avril gonna teleport in there using the shield from the Empire teleport. Top floor boss doesn't have the Fate Seal there. Avril taken to about half HP. He doesn't have to teleport anymore, mind you. So he's gonna have to be a little bit careful. Gonna get stunned up. Gonna go to the skies as the Hero's Entrance comes through. Gonna knock up nobody. Flash forward with the 3-man pop blossom. And the TT's coming through here, but no kills are coming out. We talked about it. There's no damage left. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 so far there. 2-for-2 now. And it's going to be a shutdown onto the Syndra. The Justice Punch coming through. Spore just barely lives on a knife's edge. And Wild Terry will get taken out there. 3-for-3. But Zohair is still alive. Queen's Secret can still start the Drake if they want to.
They can and they will take it here in the mid lane. Also, Slayer is standing alone. Fate sealed. Your life is not over. Slayer survived, but that tower didn't.
Oh yeah, man. Like Spore, he's so strong, but like he can't be everywhere all at once. Like it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, his team is low-key inting him like really badly.
And he's
Really
7-1. He's doing all what it takes to stay alive, to deal damage, to help his teammates. But yet again, enemy team, like you look at Jace, you look at Syndra, you look at Gragas, they're delivering so good. Oh, that's that was decoy.
Oh yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I thought somebody was like recalling or something. But
Yeah, me too, but,
mandate.
sneak move.
What is this? What is this? Like that was a great engage by Miracle Whips, but they had a little bit more damage. Slayer sitting on top of a ward, or no, that was Miracle Whips. So yeah, I mean, if the Seraphine has a little bit more damage, I think that team fight was like a hard win. But like since they have so little damage, and January Snow just instantly got blown up, it's kind of like nobody was really able to follow up and do anything there. So it's like really rough. It's a 4.5k gold lead, about a fringe 5k. Pretty much the entire gold lead is the Jace and the Syndra, but there's no real way to get on top of them. It's so hard to get on top of this Syndra and this Jace. They're so slippery. Sorel's Grudge completed for the Jace here now, so he's a bit of a side lane menace. I'm going to keep pushing up onto Spore here, trying to see if he can get a little bit of a chunk down. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, this Galio is so fed. I don't think Jace wins, despite the fact, you know, it's like an 80 champ. As the Justice Punch just barely doesn't land there, but the taunt does go down. Kindred's coming through here. Wild Terry is already down to half HP. The Justice Punch lands once again here. I don't know if they know January Snow is bot side here. Spore going to land the Winds of War once again, so that's going to force Wild Terry to reset. Might have to teleport in if he wants to protect that bot lane tier 1, but a stiff breeze will knock it down.
Yeah, he will try to do it, and I believe like he got the damage. He got everything that you need. Sport just made it look easy, but on the other side, like you're losing most of the turrets, most of the util, and you need QS to just start moving around again, like trying to play the team fights how they should. They have some really good poke from the Karma, from the Jace, to play with the Gragas barrels, Yon's ranged, Syndra's kit, so they have some really good range to play with, but they are not capitalizing so hard. You need to be having more blue trinket, and I believe they can just play with those two that they have. In the top side, you have the, of course, third item completed. Cyrilda on not on the way he actually completed it. So another one, another item, another mile taken to try and close the gap again, but the gap is not getting closer and closer. Look at this gangbang in the top side.
Yeah, well, Terry, gonna get taken out there, just barely getting slowed by the unstoppable onslaught. So that's a crucial pick now. So you lose out on that that side lane threat here. And Spore, he's Thanos, man. Like he's literally just hitting one Q that just chunks top 4 boss so much. So it's starting to build up towards that IE, already having that what, like 80% crit, I think, with those two items. Well, lots of trading for vision here in the top side. Not a lot of advancement here, like you said, from Queen's Secret. Like they can't really start too much. Their engage is fairly mediocre. They have a lot of range, but they don't really have engage. Of January Snow just gonna leap forward there. Does have that Lance Respite, so chooses, but that's half HP, and that's gonna be the blast. The CT coming through, the big picks coming out, and a big shutdown going over to the Nico, the one that started it all. And they're gonna start out this bear teleport coming in now, as the top 4 boss starts walking up on towards this bear. And here Jace is here. He does have the poke. Slayer is so low, and they're just gonna have to back off. There's so much poke and range DPS from the side of Queen's Secret that you can't even start the bear because you do it so slow.
It is very slow, and they will pay immediately. In the mid lane, tier 2, I believe they will just eat it alive. 3 guys trying to make sure that that thing doesn't sustain. Double TP, and
Double TP coming through. The Fate Seal's gonna go completely wide. They're gonna get the catch onto the Yone here. The shields are coming out, and he should just be able to walk on out there, as he finally does just get on out. Flash forward. But what the hell? Okay, whatever. Flashing forward, trying to get a little bit cheeky there with the Q. As now resets coming through from the Yone. He does still have that Flash. Slayer gonna get hit with the Syndra combination, and it's gonna hurt so much now. So he's gonna have to get a healing a little bit there with his Empowered W. So they're gonna have to just back out. They're completely conceding it, and they have to. Slayer, you're getting chunked to about quarter HP there, losing out on that Sarah's Embrace shield. So now he's just gonna have to back on out there. He cannot afford to take any more chunk. He does have a red buff actually. So Zahair gonna get knocked up here. That's gonna get flashed over by Spore. Not gonna hit anybody with the taunt, unfortunately, and a flank on the back line. The CC coming out, the encore going down, and that's going to be a big team fight. But there's no more damage left. All the DPS from the side of Spire Wrath are dead, and it's going to be a 5 for 2 and the sole point for the Queen's Secret.
It's always the catch over the Kindred. You catch Kindred before the team fight actually starts, and then you voila, close the entire thing. You are not using the ultimate, or I believe like the ultimate was maybe on the cooldown, but it is what it is. Kill Kindred, kill everybody, take the soul or like soul point and play on the Drake here and a Baron Nashor to just play the 1-3-1 and make it worth it. Please don't die, please just don't. And yes, he didn't die. It would have been a shame to see Jace dying here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great fight, but like January Snow, he wasn't able to get the ult off. Spore wasn't able to get the ult off. Like he flashed in, wasn't even do anything.
And that's for Gragas. Like,
just like,
let's give Gragas some credit on that. Like he always shuts him down.
yeah, like this Gragas does so much damage. Like he hits a single, belly slam into somebody, body slam into somebody, they're dead. Like if their name is not Sion or Galio, they die. So I mean, yeah, Miracle Whips is getting these great engages. Slayer awesome with the follow up, but there nobody else is around to do the damage because there's so much interruption on the side of Queen's Secret. So they have this Baron for another 2 minutes here. They're pushing in the side lanes a bit, so it's a bit of a 1-3-1 party here, but not really getting too much with this Baron so far. There's a lot of wave clear on the side of Spire Rat, so they're gonna keep kind of push
Yeah,
out those
they.
lanes. So, ooh, that's a
Ooh,
lot of damage. Yeah,
yeah,
he has the
that's,
IE completed, so this Yone is Thanos now. Like, now he's
yeah,
officially
understandable.
Thanos.
And like, yeah, that Yon just like it's activated after getting 2 items, and now he's at 3 marks, so that's huge. Also here in the mid lane, you'll see some poke coming from the Gragas, also coming from his
Oh,
Jace. Oh my!
what the?
Holy!
That's gonna be the flash engage again for Miracle Whip's gonna get 2 members. They're trying to take down Zohair, but he's so tanky. He barely gets down. Top floor boss picked up 2 kills already at the beginning of the heat fight. Liz respin on in the backside, and top floor boss is living. He's going. He's balling. Wild Terror gonna pick up another kill there onto the Scion there. Finally, first kill going over to the Spire Rats, but the main DPS from the side of Queen's Secret, they're gonna be alive there. Sion trying to use the zombie form to clear up the wave as much as he can. They're gonna break the base open at about 31 minutes. They have a new wave coming in. Double cannons. Baron's up for about another 50 seconds. Let's see if they can do something here, but I highly doubt it. So Drake's spawning at about 2:30 here. They're gonna let the Baron empowered cannons just whittle down these what is it? The Nexus
Yeah.
turrets. Holy cow.
Oh, okay.
My brain just like took a massive dump. It's a 7k gold lead for Queen's Seeker. They're gonna keep on chasing there, but Spore's just gonna get knocked back with the hammer. But Miracle Whips, these engages are so perfect. Like as good as O'Hare is at peeling and disengaging, Miracle Whips is just that good at engaging.
It is, I would say, and now it feels like the QS can actually close this game. They have some really decent advantage across over all the lanes, and I believe the GA will be spawning in just a matter of seconds here in the mid lane. Yon will be unkillable demon for the mid, and yeah, I love that Greg is 6-2 and 12. Oh, Yon damage! He just caught that
Oh
support,
my god.
and he was having a
I mean,
decoy. Like you thought that he saw him, but like yeah, they knew they have some vision over the top side, and like yeah, that was not sign, man.
yeah, I mean, you get the kill, but you don't really get too much.
Ooh.
There's
Ooh.
Zohair gonna get the body slam there. He's gonna get the explosive cast, and that's gonna be a crucial pick on the Spore. He's gonna get taken down now. He doesn't have the Zonias. It comes up in about 10 seconds. So now it's gonna be a 2v3 or a 5v3 on the map for about 15 seconds now. Miracle Whips does have the pop blossom when he does come up here, and that, oh man, Slayer's dead. What are you doing, buddy? He uses the flash. He doesn't get enough range, and they'll break the bottom inhibitor now. It's about a 8k gold lead. They're gonna start trying to push into this base. They don't have a lot of wave clear left. January Snow does have that ultimate going in with the pop blossom. Only gonna get 2 or 1 actually. Unstoppable gonna knock up the Gragas under the tower, but gonna pop the Zonias. He's gonna knock back the Sign into the enemy team, and Redemption coming down, healing up the rest of the team. It's gonna be a clean ace, and Queen's Secret close out the series in a clean sweep to get their second win of the split. I guess, I don't know, I think it might be like a typo or something, but they're gonna hit the Nexus. Everybody's gonna get in the picture, and Queen's Secret, they close this series out very cleanly.
They actually did. Like the catches they make, the things that you don't see immediately on the screen, it shows you the fact that they activate the snowball effect. They just pick a support, they pick a mid laner, they do picks here, they do picks there, also taking some drakes, playing on a timer, and that's how you end up winning. And man, like they played very decent. I love their composition, or I would say not their composition. The way they played their composition, it shows you how great they are. They played with the catch, they played with the poke, and they